Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on a topic that I have actually been waiting to make a video on because I'm sure it's something that would actually help a lot of you guys watching. The only reason I'm sharing my story is so that anybody who's going through it right now can know that they are not alone and it is just a phase which will pass. So please share this video with anybody who you think might need it. So before I jump into the story, I just want to tell you guys that acne has a lot of reasons for appearing on your skin. And whenever you scroll YouTube, you'll watch a lot of videos about acne, how to heal it, what they did. But just know that everybody's lifestyle is different. The cause of their acne is different. The way their body reacts to medications could be different. So it's not one size fits all. Whatever works for me might not work for you. Through it all, you need to remember that acne happens on your skin and your skin is just another organ in your body and it's gonna have its own ups and downs, and you actually have to go ahead, be patient and love yourself throughout the whole journey. So when I was in my teens, I had amazing skin. I barely had any pimples or any breakouts, probably like once in a year maximum. Teenagers, उनमें ही ज़्यादा acne होता है, right? Because we are hitting puberty, so a lot of your skin goes through a lot of changes, and that is when most people end up getting acne. But I was totally fine. I totally dodged it back in my teens. Like yeah, definitely I used to have a few blackheads, whiteheads, a pimple here and there every now and then. But again, it was very minimal. मुझे कभी कुछ करना नहीं पड़ा उस पिंपल को हटाने के लिए, वो खुद ब खुद चला जाता था. मैं बस उसको ज़्यादा छूती नहीं थी एंड वो खुद से रिजॉल्व हो जाता था 2-3 दिन के अंदर. So when I had just wrapped up with my 12th grade board exams, that's when COVID had hit and we had the first lockdown. So most of my college in the beginning was all online classes, and that's actually when the acne began to overpower my skin. I started seeing that on my forehead, I used to end up having a lot of blackheads, whiteheads, and these bumps that were totally colorless. Like usually you see people with hormonal acne or pimples wale acne in which there is, pus and it's red, it ends up bleeding sometimes, and there's like white gooey stuff inside it which is basically pus. But my acne was very different. It was just bumpy. Around September or October of 2020 is when I realized that my skin texture had gotten a lot more worse. Like I could feel the bumps on my face when I used to use face wash, and that actually really freaked me out. But again, I did not think much of it. I thought, okay, maybe my skin is just going through a few changes and it's probably gonna go away on its own like it always does. Since I saw that my skin texture changed a lot, there was more blackheads and whiteheads than usual, I did definitely go into a whole, mode of introspection and self-doubt. I started thinking कि क्या reason हो सकता है, क्या नहीं, क्या मैंने कुछ गलत खाया, क्या मैंने कुछ गलत लगाया. I used to think about this constantly and it really irked my mind to some point, and I was still sitting in the hope that maybe it will go away on its own like usual. तो जब आप doubt करने लग जाते हो ना अपने आप को, you start thinking of all the things that you could have done for this to happen to you. So first thing I was thinking is, oh, I am not that much into makeup. I don't really use base makeup. Yes, maybe blush, eyeliner, kajal sometimes, and lip gloss, but that can't cause acne, right? So I thought of this first. Secondly, my skincare just had a moisturizer as well as a face wash, and I don't remember what face wash I used to use, but it was definitely not a very good face wash. It was just one of those drugstore brands, something like Himalaya. And मैं face wash के अलावा moisturizer भी बहुत कम use करती थी because I used to have in the back of my mind that my skin is already oily. And using a moisturizer will make it oilier and maybe trigger my skin to produce more sebum, which is definitely not what I want. Then I thought about food. Like I don't eat outside food that much. At least I was not eating that much outside food during COVID because we were not ordering as much. Everything was being made at home, and ghar ka khana is usually very less oil, very less spice, at least in my house. I knew that I'm not even consuming that much of anything which is sugary and which could spike my acne. So I was just running out of thoughts like what could be causing this sudden change in my skin. I had also read that if your parents had acne in their young years, there is a good chance of you having it as well. So in my mind I thought, okay, but I knew that both of my parents did not have acne ever. In fact, both of my parents have flawless skin and they do not recall having acne at all, both my mom and dad. So that left me even more confused that अब मुझे acne क्यों आ रहा है when none of my parents even have it, and why am I getting it in my prime? according to me, college was my prime. I used to think, okay, yeah, I'm going to college and there's going to be so many people that I'm going to meet, so many people I'm going to talk to. So I was truly devastated that at the worst time in my life, I'm going to deal with acne. So by having so many random thoughts, I was, taking away options. I was like, okay, this option is off the table, this option is off the table. So what could it be? So I remember one day I was going somewhere, I don't remember what. We were probably running some errands and I was with my dad. And गाड़ी के जो side mirror में मैंने अपने आप को बहुत अच्छे से देखा. And I realized that, okay, my skin has gotten so much worse. I can literally see the texture from far. When I got closer to the mirror, it got worse. My forehead literally looked like a speaker. Yeah, it literally looked like it had these tiny holes. Like it was bumps, but it looked like holes, and it had no color. It was literally the color of my skin, and I was so confused. It felt like there was something underneath my skin, and I was quite not sure what it was, but I knew that I have to see a dermatologist. And I had like a total weird breakdown, and I told my dad, Papa, I need to see a dermatologist. And luckily my dad had this dermatologist that he knew and he said was really good. Ended up going in for my first consultation. Okay, so before I move forward, I'd like to say that you do not have to use the medications or any of these creams or products that I'm talking about. I am solely just telling you guys my whole story so that maybe you can get something out of it. And lastly, I would like to say that every day on the internet there's new videos. I come across so many videos, and especially when I had my acne, I used to come across so many videos like how I treated my acne in 1 month, in 2 weeks, in 3 months. Do not fall for that because everybody's body is different. Everybody's cause of acne is different. So it's gonna take time, and the only person that can help you is a dermatologist. जो भी मैं कर सकती थी मैं वो कर रही थी. I was doing homemade face masks like about once a week. I was taking care of my skin. I was not using any makeup or anything extra over my skin. So whatever I could have done, I did. But it was still not helping. So I knew that the only thing left is to go to a dermatologist. I, by good luck, ended up onto a very good dermatologist, and I'm really grateful to my dad for that. In my first consultation, she went ahead and looked at my acne. She went into my whole history of what I eat, what my weight is, have there been any huge changes in my life or changes in my weight as well as eating habits. Do I smoke? Do I drink? All of these things will be asked, and you have to be utterly honest about all of this. Then she told me to get a scan of my uterus to rule out PCOS, which did get ruled out in the end because PCOS doesn't really run in my family. Now I had told this dermat my whole history. None of my parents have acne and all of the tests done and everything. So after all of that, she gave me a topical gel to use, basically L-Acne gel, and what it was supposed to do is to make your pimples smaller, or at least to shrink the size and downsize them. I went ahead and used it like she told me to, religiously. And I had to also layer it with a moisturizer. Okay, first thing she gave me was she told me to use Cetaphil face wash as well as the Cetaphil DAM moisturizer. I'm not sure what it's called. And I went ahead and did that. I used the topical gel as well. And it had been more than a month and I had seen no changes. And I really had hopes thinking maybe this will work out. Because like I said, my acne was very different. It was bumpy. It was not like pimples and pus. It was nothing like that. So I was hoping it will get better faster and easier, but that did not happen. At this point, I was quite devastated that the L-Acne gel did not do anything as I had expected it to do. So I went back for another consultation, and next thing that she gave me was this cream, Azelaic acid cream. So I had to use it, and again after a month, no avail. It still looked the same. I mean, I did not take many pictures of me when I had acne, and the reason is because you don't feel yourself that time. तो आपको बिल्कुल मन नहीं करेगा कि आप pictures लो या ready हो या बाहर भी जाओ. It's a very weird phase of life. But again, the one thing that I look back now and remember is that I should have been more supportive towards myself. I'd like to tell you guys that the whole acne thing, from getting your acne to healing your acne, is a whole journey. even to your dermatologist, it is kind of new, because I said everybody is different. It's not one size fits all. So a good dermatologist will actually, do sort of trial and error. They will make you try different medications, and only when none of these simple things work is when they will put you on something which is a lot more stronger and will help you faster. Then yeah, I went ahead and I had to meet the doctor a bunch of times. We did a bunch of trial and error, a bunch of more in and out consultations to actually see if we could fix this some other way. But yeah, after a lot of back and forth and trial and error, the dermatologist actually told me that I have what is called comedonal acne. And the reason she came to this conclusion was because I don't have PCOS or acne in my family. I do have clogged pores, I do have whiteheads and blackheads, and वो मेरी history पहले भी रही थी. Even in school I used to get blackheads and whiteheads every now and then. So that's how she determined, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other things also she must have thought of that I don't remember or I was not told. Now that I knew that I had comedonal acne, there's two types of comedones. There's open comedones and closed comedones. So open comedones are the ones that you can see, and you can also get it extracted at like getting a facial, which I try my best not to do. And the other kind of comedones are closed comedones, which is what I had. 80% of mine were closed comedones. It's right underneath the skin and you can do nothing to remove it. So I was suggested to undergo a laser treatment to really get under the skin and remove the blackheads and whiteheads from deep within. So I went ahead and got it done. It was not a very long session, not even 15 to 20 minutes as far as I remember, and it was on my forehead. So even after I got the laser treatment done, I had I would say it was literally like spots, like dots. It looked like holes. It was basically pits because the blackheads and the whiteheads were removed, right? So these were pits, and I was still supposed to use a topical solution / cream over it, and I was really hoping that it won't come back, but it came back. I think it was fine for like a few days. It takes time to heal those pits, and you have to cover your forehead and not have it exposed to the sun. At this time I was very frustrated because I think it had been almost 4 months since I had first gotten my consultation. Would like to add that the laser treatment did a little help. I would feel like अगर 10 comedones थे मेरे सिर पे पहले, after the extraction it became like 8. So it did help, but it was not like a solution, and it was obvious that it's not a solution because it came back, even though it did not come back as bad as it was, but it definitely did come back. I had started going to college now offline, and it was like it took a big hit on my self-confidence. In first year of college I did not talk to many people, so most of my friends would not even know this whole phase of mine, or they've probably not realized that face of mine. But I also feel bad because I was dealing with acne at that time. So then I went for another consultation, and yes, all of these consultations were with that one doctor. And this, I'm very happy to tell you guys, was my final consultation. And at this point we had only been using external methods, meaning I was getting the extraction done, I was having topical medications that I could apply. I was given isotretinoin. Now isotretinoin, again, it is something that is given usually for very severe acne or acne that keeps recurring. My acne was not severe in the way that it was not all over my face. Like I said, it was just on my chin and my forehead, but it was recurring acne. So the isotretinoin was needed. Now isotretinoin, it comes in different concentrations. There's 20 mg tablets, there's 10 mg tablets. I'm not sure about the others. I know these two because these two are the ones that I ended up using. The doctor told me that बहुत सारी चीजें होंगी आपके साथ, like it has a lot of side effects because it's a very strong medication. So you could feel absolutely fatigued, you could feel like you want to cry, you could be anxious, you could even have hair fall apparently, and all of these things really scared me. But I knew कि अगर मुझे acne ठीक करना है, I will have to do these things. I will have to deal with the symptoms, not symptoms. I will have to deal with the outcome of it because I have no other option, and I really want my skin to go back to how it was. Like, you have to put a lot of effort. It's not just your dermatologist's consultation, it's also your effort that's gonna make a difference in your journey. I was taking a good amount of isotretinoin, and it was right after my breakfast, I think. Yeah, right after my breakfast every single day. It was around 20 mgs. I do not remember very well, so don't quote me. But yeah, it was around 20 mgs I was taking every day, and I religiously followed it because, you know, in my mind I thought, okay, this is my last shot to actually get rid of all of the acne. And one more thing, your skin actually flares up a lot. It gets a lot worse before it gets better. So most acne medications, whether it's a topical gel, serum, or even a medication that you are eating, it actually ruins your acne more. It triggers your acne more before it actually starts healing it. I think I was supposed to have it for a month and a half. I'm not sure. I think she said 6 to 8 weeks. So a month and a half to 2 months. And I was doing that, you know, regularly. I would make sure that I don't forget it. So yeah, I was taking isotretinoin, and it actually got worse in the beginning, and I would mail my doctor, you know, what happened? Is it getting worse? Should I discontinue it? And she would tell me, no, that's how it's gonna work. I'm saying it flared up a lot more. It did, but it was not that bad. Like I said, it was comedonal acne. It was not red. ऐसा कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा था मेरी शक्ल पे कि, you know, बहुत ज़्यादा acne हो गया इससे. It was not like that. But I, on a personal level, could feel it, that my skin was feeling a lot worse and bumpy than it usually does. And you would not see it unless you would come at least this close to me. No matter what you have on your skin, you will have to give it time. And if you are around family members or friends or anybody, even maybe relatives, who keep pointing out towards your acne or your skin problems as if you are a stupid person and are not trying to fix it already, cut such people off, or at least don't talk to them as much. But people on the other side just look at you and they will, you know, throw tips at you कि आप बेसन लगा लो, आप दही लगा लो, चला जाएगा. But it's not gonna work like that. A lot of people that I had around me were there to, you know, tell me, you know, you should do this, you should do that, you should stop dairy, you should stop eating eggs, blah blah blah. But I made sure that I stick to what my doctor said, and I definitely went ahead and asked her everything beforehand. Keep very clear-cut communication with your dermatologist. आपको कोई भी question हो, you have to go ahead and ask. If you feel like, okay, should I cut off dairy? I remember asking her, should I cut off dairy? And she told me, do not. You don't have to cut it off, but definitely try to take in dairy a lot lesser, because apparently it does cause flare-ups. Now, me using isotretinoin for almost 6 to 8 weeks was done, the 20 mg that I was taking, and I saw no difference. I did have a flare-up, it got worse, and then it got better, but it just went back to how it was when I started. Like almost 6 to 7 months since I've been trying to fix my acne, and I'm still at square one. Even after dealing with so much, I'm still at square one, and that really made me frustrated. It made me feel very sad, pathetic, and it did lower my self-confidence a lot. And I'm sure that's gonna happen with anybody who's facing acne. So if you're out there, please stay strong, because it's a phase, and having acne, it's not a shame. It's just an issue that's gonna get resolved very soon. And I emailed my doctor. She used to keep in touch with me through emails as well. There are so many products in the market that say they will reduce your acne, but I feel like most of it is just a gimmick to sell you stuff, because the real cause of acne is usually inside your body and not just outside. It's definitely not worth your time, worth your money, or your mental peace. Let a person who has a degree solve it for you. Yeah, I had emailed her कि, you know, 20 mg मैं जो खा रही हूँ कुछ हो नहीं रहा इससे. Why is it not making that much of a difference? The isotretinoin I started using did reduce it from when I was using just topical creams, but it was not a considerable change. Like, मुझे mirror में देखते ही नहीं लग रहा था कि oh, it's changed a lot. The last thing that happened was my dermatologist also gave me a 10 mg tablet. Again, I am not really sure, I don't remember. It was just like they give you medications, you show the prescription and you buy it. So yeah, that's all I know. Basically, I was having 2 tablets of isotretinoin, one of the 20 mg concentration and the other I think was 10 mg concentration. So I started taking this again, and again my hopes were very high. My body was going through a lot more because I was using a much higher concentration of isotretinoin. So I remember that I continued doing it religiously. So I remember it had been about 2 weeks of me using both of these capsules. What I realized one day while I was using face wash, that was practically the only time I was looking in the mirror properly at myself, I was tilting my head to the side to use the cleanser. That's when I realized that my bumps had gotten a lot less bumpier. To put it plainly, if it was like this, it was like this now. And it was a huge, considerable amount of change. Like, I could see a big difference. So yeah, I was very happy. And I just continued to use the medication as she had talked about. And I think it had been a month of using both the capsules together. And one random day I realized that my acne, my comedonal acne, has reduced by almost 90 to 95%. Still had a few more going on, but she told me to stop using the isoretinoin after a period of time. Totally depends on your diagnosis. Now that my acne had healed almost 90%, it was gone. I could just see a few more. Pehle I used to see clusters of, comedones, open and closed both, mainly closed. But now I was seeing it a lot lesser, so I was very happy. And I did ask her, what's next? Should I stop using this medication? And she told me I have to still continue taking it, but not every day. So dheere dheere, you have to reduce the frequency until you stop using it altogether. And that depends on your doctor and on your diagnosis for how long you have to take it and how to actually leave the whole timeline of using the isotretinoin. So yeah, this is how I actually ended up clearing my acne. So it was lifestyle changes, it was a little bit of food changes as well, and a lot of patience and listening to your dermatologist a lot, and a good dermatologist. So please do not self-diagnose yourself. Even I did not know कि जो मुझे acne हो रहा है वो क्या है. Even for the doctor to understand, she had to do a bunch of trials and error before she actually, came to a conclusion. These pictures that I am putting, this picture of my skin getting fine, and then I had got a haircut right after. It is of September 2021. So give or take 1 year to fix the whole problem. And it was not easy. It was one of the worst years of my life because it was my first year of college, and first year I had to deal with something like acne. So that is very important. Do not just use any medication just because I am saying it or just because somebody on YouTube is telling you that they used it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you like more such videos like on skincare, hair care, mini vlogs and a lot of yapping, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Love you. Take care. See you next time.